Hey there, FlossTube. It's Cathy, the hands-on designer.
It's been a long week when you don't know your own name.
Yep. Anyway, so you'll notice we're
And
outside.
I'm Bill, Mr. HOD. I figured I should introduce myself as well. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry. Should we start that again? Hey there, FlossTube. It's Cathy, the hands-on designer. And
Bill, Mr. HOD.
it's Friday in the studio, and we're kind of, we're going a little cash today. It's been a busy week, as you said already. Mm-hmm. And yeah, you're like, you're not inside. But we just thought we'd step outside because it's actually a beautiful day. And then all of a sudden, the wind came up, and our first take, my hair was going everywhere. So I quickly put it up in a ponytail. Is that what you did?
It's been many years since I had that much hair.
Anyway, so all right.
Are you mocking me?
No.
Okay.
Anyway, so we just thought the video that is to follow is for the fall sampling, the Between Friends book. When Beth came, we were trying to figure out what exactly month she came, but we're just going to go with when Beth came earlier this summer. She came so we could do the photo shoot, and we could put the graphics together. In fact, maybe that's why we're outside, because we did actually a lot of our photo shoot out here. Yesterday on Instagram we had a pumpkin post parade palooza. And I think I posted like 5 different times throughout the day, just showing you the 8 different projects that are included in this book. And before we move on, we just, like I said, thought we'd do a quick little intro. And I would have to say that the pumpkins and then the ribbons really, I think, got the most likes, I'd say. All the projects in the book, all 8 of the projects are just a ton of fun. And so they're shipping to shops they start shipping October 2nd, 3rd, something like that. So a lot of shops out there have put pre-order links on their website, or call your favorite shop. Don't forget to check the Hands On Design website, because I do list shops that either are on our auto or regularly order right from us. New releases go to shops first before they hit our distributors. So
yep.
Anyway, yeah. So this is the casual Friday look. Anyway, this is just us. But you all have a great weekend and
enjoy the upcoming video.
Enjoy the rest of the video. All right. See ya.
Bye.
Okay. And here we go. Hey there, FlossTube. It's Cathy, the hands-on designer. And no, that's not Bill, Mr. HOD, sitting next to me. Do not be deceived. This is my good friend, Beth. She's been here a few days.
I'm Beth from Summer House Stitche Workes.
Okay. Well, I'm so happy that you've been here. Actually,
yes.
By the time they're watching this video, you'll be long gone.
Yes, definitely long gone.
But we thought you've been out visiting all week, and we'll get to the reason why here in a moment, but we thought we would take advantage of us actually being together, because
it doesn't happen that often.
No, I'm here in Iowa and you're in
Pennsylvania.
All right. So we're together, and we just thought we would take advantage and shoot a little, I feel like a real pro, like we're filming content before it's time or something like that. Anyway, so it's pretty obvious to some of you by now what Beth is here working on. We are working on our 3rd in the Between Friends book series, seasonal series. And if you're not exactly sure what that is, we've done 2 so far.
Yes.
It's called Between Friends,
spring sampling, and
the
summer sampling.
Okay.
And they are full of all kinds of projects. Yeah. And we have wonderful little stitch diagrams. Am I up too close?
Well, they probably can't hear you right now because you're covering your face.
Oh.
She's not used to doing this. No, you're fine. Well, you talk. I'll hold up.
Okay.
what does each one has a?
Each one has a sampler. We kind of start with the sampler. They are all the same stitch size. So, and what is great about these is that they fit in an 8x10
Ready-made frame.
Ready-made frame. So you don't have to, buy one of those really expensive custom-made frames. It's an 8x10.
And even though we showed this one in white and that one in turquoise, we both really kind of feel like even if you just got one frame, you can...
If you got one frame, make it a white one.
Yep.
And you could change them out seasonably. And the one thing that we did with these is we used some cotton in the background and then just mounted the sampler on top. And it just, I don't know, the calico just gives it an extra little oomph. It acts like a mat and a very nice colorful mat. And
we do give all the sourcing for the fabric. Now, of course, over the years, sometimes some of the fabrics may not be available because the whole reason why I kind of segue into that was because why this project started to begin with is if you look that fabric that was used in a spring sampling, it's probably getting a little hard to find because gosh, it was about 6 years ago.
Yes, I think the first one, I think it was it 2017?
Maybe. I don't
I think the first one might have been back in 2017 when we did a spring sampling. And we had a shop. Was it Inspired Needle? Inspired Needle that used to be in Lamont, Illinois, and she is now located down in Florida. And we were both invited to come and teach, and we decided we wanted to do coordinating projects.
Right.
And so what was great is our coordinating projects worked with each other. What were our first projects?
So I was just going to find, funny, you should ask
I know,
that.
I know.
Okay,
I don't
this
remember.
was mine. It was crocus blue. It was a cute little pocket pillow. That's kind of, you could put a needle book in there and that kind of thing. So enter the needle book.
Enter the needle book, which was my design.
Here we go.
That was my class piece. So it was a fun little needle book. And what we did is then the next time we taught, actually, did we teach winter first?
I think we did. I
don't know.
Kind of runs together.
Yeah, it does. It runs together. We taught winter?
I think we did winter at Galleria and then also in Lancaster.
Yes, at Stitches Unlimited.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
So anyway, we taught winter, we taught spring, and we taught fall. So what we decided to do were these projects were great, but we really only taught the classes.
A couple of them just one time.
Just one time. So there weren't that many people who actually had the projects, and we loved every single one of them. And we're like, we really need to do something with these.
Well, truth be told, we did the 3 seasons, and then we said, we're going to go do summer. We're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. And then you got busy teaching other places. I got busy teaching other places.
And COVID hit.
And then 2020.
Yeah.
And so we felt kind of bad. Like, they're great projects. And we would get emails occasionally from stitchers saying, are you ever going to release that? What are you going to do with
I really
it?
love that. My friend really likes this. What are you going to do?
Yeah. So a lot of thought process went into this, like, we should just put them all together. And then it was like...
one book.
Well, and then what we did for our classes was we always give kind of like a little bonus piece.
Yes.
And I'll be honest with you. We'll be honest with you.
Not all the bonus pieces were that great.
Or even got stitched.
We did not have models for all of them.
No, we didn't have models for them. And we shouldn't say it weren't that great. We just kind of, I don't know, they weren't as intentional.
Yes, they were just, okay, well, we want to give them something else, and we kind of just threw some things together.
Yeah, and it was usually done at the last, and I think, okay, I should say, I feel like they were good design. We just did them at the last minute. So it probably felt that way maybe to us. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they were okay projects.
Yeah. So then I think ultimately what it came down to was over the course of some conversations.
Yeah.
let's not put them all together. Give them their own space.
Yes.
And then let them grow.
Yes. And well, the thing was, we just had way too many ideas.
Like we pulled out our old notes and it was like, oh yeah, remember about
Yes.
that? And
Yeah, like, oh, I was going to make a drum. Oh, no, oh, I was going to do this. I was going to do that. And, you know, and then every time you're designing, you're also, not everything goes into the design.
Right.
So there's always extra motifs, extra ideas. And so we kind of just flush those out a little bit.
Yeah. And so there's like, what, 8 projects in each book?
Yeah. And some of them you may, just like the needle book, it might say, okay, there's a needle book, but it's a stitched exterior and it's a stitched interior. So there's a lot to these projects just to make them extra special.
Yep. And I think what really makes them extra special is you and I talked about it. What we wanted was a beautiful book.
Yes.
With beautiful photography, complete finishing instructions. You don't have to go download anything. You don't have to go watch anything.
Yeah.
It's in the book.
Yes.
And we had fun along the way. So
we had a lot of fun.
So for spring and summer, I traveled to Pennsylvania. Where are you?
I don't know.
And then now for the final 2 books,
I'm coming to Iowa,
and then,
if the tornadoes will allow me.
Oh, we're not even going to go
We're not going there.
But we had fun. Like we did some fun little watercolors for the first, and you'll see that artwork dot throughout the book.
Yeah.
And we just really had fun making the projects beautiful, accessible, and just to look lovely. I mean, this is what I call like a coffee table of cross-stitch books.
It is. It is.
Partly because your
really
coffee
nice.
table's in this one. but you know, we won't go there. But just pretty settings and just, you know, it's fun for me because I remember exactly, okay, we were shooting spring. It was snowing outside.
Yes. Yes.
So it created a lot of memories for us.
Yeah.
Just because like on each one there is a sampler, there are all different projects in the book. So there's not a needle book in every one. There's not necessarily a pillow. Well, there's quite a few pillows.
Well, there's quite a few pillows. But you know, you need those because you need to be able to change out your nice displays.
Right. Now,
for each season.
A few projects did get updated.
Yes.
Partly because maybe we couldn't access the linen anymore or the threads or something like that. And quite frankly, I know you and I are both, we're both designers, but we're also, I think partly what makes us friends is that we both continue to work on our craft.
Yes.
And, you know, I know we both have been asked, when are you done with the design? Well, really, never.
Never. Sometimes you just have to say, enough is enough.
Yeah.
I need to move on and quit fiddling with it. And, you know, see.
Can I brag on you a second?
Okay.
Oh, never mind.
Sure.
One of the best transformations of like change from the beginning, you know, how it started to how it ended, and is the needle book. I showed you the exterior. That's the exterior.
And that really didn't change.
That part didn't change. It was the interior.
It was the interior.
It was lights out. Like, I mean, you showed it to me and I was just like, well, I'm going to hold my hand over that part. But that's the interior. That's stitched.
Yeah.
And, you know, so it's like she created a pattern with the running stitches. And so it looks like fabric. I mean, it looks like cotton fabric.
Yeah.
And it's
really
just
fun.
that little bit of updating just took that to the next level.
Yeah.
And then and partly too through the books is, you know, you would work on some projects, I would work on some projects. We'll talk. We worked a little together.
And then we collaborated on some, so there are a little bit of each person.
But, so what was fun was you took you know, you did the basket weave, the under, you know, the running stitch. I'm looking for a better picture. Do we not have a better picture? Oh yeah, here we go. So then I kind of took over the Beast Cornu because we had a Beast Cornu, but we updated that as well, and we made the stack. And so I kind of borrowed her little running stitch there and incorporated in this just to kind of carry the themes through.
Yeah. And then, and not to mention, I mean, adding on those little flowers right at the tips.
Yeah, that was
that was just beautiful. Just beautiful.
So that was spring. And then we wanted to follow the seasons, as one does.
And like we said, summer we had never taught.
No.
So we did not have any projects. We didn't really have a direction because we had never even discussed it. So
I'm gonna say, can I tell on us? This book was a little painful at times.
it was very painful. I mean, we came out with, I think, some really
Amazing.
tremendous. And I think we took summer in a little different direction than what you're used to seeing.
Right.
Because we went to the vegetable garden,
Yes.
not just the flower garden, and just really had a good time with that.
And this, I have to say, like this one was kind of and to say it was difficult, I don't mean that the way it sounds. Beth is laughing because she knows I'm not like insulting her or us,
No.
but it was so funny because it was an extremely busy summer, teaching wise for both of us. And I would start something and I just would call her and go, I don't know where to go. And we weren't always able to communicate much because you'd be gone for weeks at a time, I'd be gone for weeks at a time. And then finally, I think it was just like, okay, we were able to.
We're getting to our deadline. We've got to get these out.
Yes.
We need to
I
get
thought
them
you were
out
looking
to
at somebody over there.
Yeah.
But anyway, so it was just funny because like I was kind of in charge. I just remember I was kind of in charge of the sampler, and I went, Tag, you're it. I can't do anything.
Yes.
And then you turned it into this, and I was just like, that's what I was hoping to do all along. Because in the meantime, then like I'm like, hey, how do you feel about a little pillow?
All right, sure.
And then I showed her that, and it's like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And that's what's kind of fun about working with somebody else is, feeding off each other.
And we feed off of each other through the entire process. I mean, doing the photography is so much more fun when you have somebody else that goes, oh, I see something different. Let me just adjust the props just ever so slightly. And the next thing you know, you've got something else. And it is really fun to play with other people's props and little toys. And
well,
so
yeah, because like when we were at your house, we grabbed all these kind of neat things from your studio. And then on this one, I have these white pillars. We're not going to show them now. It's so funny. I bought those things like years ago at Junk Stock.
They were great. I need some. I really need some.
They're all like old porch posts that somebody sawed down. And I bought them because I thought they were pretty darn cool. Yeah. And
they are really cool.
I use them throughout my house because they've got the different shapes and I'm sure you could buy something like that new, but this has chippy paint on it that you can't recreate.
They were great. They were great.
So Summer, I think, is a special book for me because we did create this from scratch.
It was from scratch, and it was definitely collaboration on so many of the pieces.
And again, the beautiful photography continued, whereas it was snowing and we were inside for spring.
Yeah.
We were actually outside in your backyard.
Yes.
Had fresh vegetables from the farmer's market.
Yep.
I think your husband and your daughter said, "What can we get you? We're going to the store. Can we get you something?" And we were like,
radishes,
carrots, and and they're like in a bag. We're like, no,
leaves.
We need them intact.
Yes, we need like full leaves.
And
get the best ones you can.
And they would look really good. And by the end of the day, they were pretty wilted.
Yeah, they were very wilty.
So that brings us to fall.
Yeah.
And we even getting together. It was so funny because Beth and I tend to think alike because it's frightening sometimes.
It's very frightening. Because if you heard our now whenever this comes out, it's going to be like 2 months later or whatever. But we did a little sneak peek on Instagram, and we used the same photo, but we decided, hey, we're going to write it up different. We have some different followers. We'll just both do it. Our music is almost identical. And we were not hearing what the other person was doing. No. And, whenever I looked at hers, I went, wait a minute, how did she get my music on hers? I went, oh no. And then, so I'm going back and forth and going, they're almost exact. So it was really fun.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So should we talk about some of the projects?
I think so.
Now, these were projects that we did have an opportunity to teach.
Yes.
And but we both made updates to them.
Yes,
so
we did. Well, we had one thing, the original linen that we used in the class. Of course, it's been discontinued.
Right. Of course.
So so we even even the projects that we had, they had to be restitched.
Yeah.
And updated a little bit. And so we just updated other things that, you know, sometimes you do something and you just go, I could do that better.
Yeah, you learn more
as
we go.
Yeah,
So.
like I could do better. And so we made those adjustments.
Yeah. Do you want to show yours?
Oh, certainly. I love this project. Can I just say, I love this project. I love this project the first time it was created and I stitched it. I am rushing to get done the weekend before I came out. And even though I was so rushed, still absolutely loved stitching this piece. So without further ado, this is, what did we call it? The pumpkin patch pouch. Say that 3 times fast. Pumpkin patch.
Pumpkin patch
Pouch. I can't do it. Anyway,
I couldn't do it.
It's, you know, some nice wool felt embroidery. You're going to get all of the patterns. You don't have to think, oh my God, I'm going to have to freehand that. I don't know if I can do that. I'm going to tell you how to, you know, give you the lines that you stitched along and give you the complete instructions for that. And then on the reverse side is the little cross stitch piece, and it, you know, your initial, you could actually even do several initials if you wanted to.
And you charted the whole alphabet.
Yes,
so
the
that'll be
entire alphabet is charted. And then it has some more of this wonderful little embroidery stitches, which, you know, I'm sure that I'm not alone. Whenever how did I start stitching? Well, like when I was around 6, I had older sister, I had cousins, and they taught me how to do embroidery.
Yep.
So embroidery is really my roots. It's really where I started. And, you know, I was always frustrated that I couldn't get my cross stitches exactly perfect. Can you imagine that?
The look of shock on my face.
Yes, yeah. So, you know, whenever same cousins taught me how to do counted cross stitch when I was in high school, I was just over the moon. And but it was really fun to go back to the embroidery roots, and you know, all blanket stitched together, and it's, you know, nice little pouch. You can, you know,
and I think it would make a cute fall decoration.
Yes.
You know, we talked about, well, what would you do with it? You could store some of your little needlework accessories in it, but quite frankly, how adorable would that be on a handle somewhere? Put some bittersweet in it.
Yes.
I just think it's adorable. So.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So that was your initial project.
This was my original project.
And my initial project is called Pumpkins on a Roll. And let me tell you, this probably had the most change to it.
Yes.
So this is it's a needle book and a pin cushion. So initially mine almost had it had a tube attached to it. But
and it looked like a big hunk of candy sticking out.
Yeah, it looked like it looked like a needle roll.
Or, you know, an English cracker.
Yes.
Yes, a Christmas cracker.
Yeah. So I kept actually the cross stitch portion the same. So what it's stitched all around, and then you undo this. And this is a very functional, you know, if you've taken classes from me, I always say I'm in search of the perfect needle case. So this unrolls, and originally this was all attached, but I decided to separate the two. So this says, flowers turn and pumpkins gleam, a place to rest and stitch a seam. So I wrote that,
really sweet.
And so that's your outside of your needle case, and just very simple construction. Another big change is on the inside. We didn't actually embellish it the first time round.
No, it was just the wool felt.
Yep. So I added a few little pumpkins with some embroidery stitches, some applique, and some running stitches, much like in Beth's. And then I added a few little embroidery stitches as well. Now mine's just very simple back stitch, lazy daisy, and some little primitive cross stitches. You can get as fancy or as simple as you want to. You don't even have to include those. We just thought it'd be fun to actually have, like, I've got some pins in there, but an actual place to a bed for your needle to rest. So now you can just roll it up, pumpkins on a roll. I just love that saying. I don't know. Pumpkins on a roll.
Can you not imagine, you know, just pushing the pumpkins along down a hill?
So there's this, and again, complete finishing instructions. And instead of having it be attached, I always thought it kind of looked like a long tongue. That's probably why I changed it the most. sorry.
Kind of like my golden retrievers.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
There you go. So I made this cute little bolster pillow to just roll up inside, and it's, again, all the finishing instructions takes just a little piece of cotton fabric, 5x6 cotton fabric. It's got wool felt in there, so this is nice and tight. It's sized perfectly if you do on the size linen and everything, to just roll up there. And so you can, I love functional pin cushions, functional accessories. And originally we had fit it in here.
Which it does.
It does still fit in there.
It fits right in there. So, you know, if you want to take your pouch to your stitch group, I mean, you can certainly do that.
Yep. You could. So that had a lot of changes to it. And, you know, one thing can I digress a moment?
Oh.
We didn't talk about, I know this whole week has been about digressing. Who am I kidding? One important factor we didn't talk about in the books.
The Stitch Academy.
Well, no.
Oh.
But that's also good. Okay, we'll talk about the Stitch. Okay, I'll let you talk about the Stitch Academy.
Okay, I'll talk about the Stitch Academy because, you know, there's always some intimidation about either specialty stitches or embroidery stitches. So we give you some really nice diagrams with
different colors
and
and
different
all the
colors,
numbers,
so that you can really follow them and and try them. Don't feel intimidated by them because they just add that extra something little special to both stitch pieces and embroidery pieces. And really, the first ones you do may not be perfect. That is absolutely okay. You just keep working at it, and then you just love it.
So the portion that I wanted to talk about, we kind of didn't touch on it, and I meant to, was in the back of each of the books, and this one will be no exception. We have a section we call Love Gifts to Share. And you're probably thinking, what the heck is that? Yeah. My significant other doesn't really want this. What we have found, because we do both travel quite a bit to teach, is that you sit with your table mates, and so many of you bring lovely gifts to share with your table mates or the entire retreat. I know we have both been recipients of some lovely
very
gifts.
Much so, yes.
It might sound hokey to say, but I cherish those because I think
I have a little shaker box that I put everything in, and it's and I remember it's like, oh, well, that one came from Shepherd's Needle, and that one came from the Silver Needle, and
nice.
Yeah.
So what we thought, because I'm sure after a while you're probably like, I don't know what else to do, or I've done this enough, I want to do something.
Or I'm under a deadline. My retreat...
That's probably more like
it. Yeah, that would be me. My retreat is 2 weeks away.
Right.
Or a week away.
Yeah.
What am I going to make? Because I know my table mates are going to have things, and if I don't have something, I'm going to feel like such a heel.
So we just kind of designed some really quick to do. Some, in this case, there was a little bit of stitching. It's on perforated paper, a little wool felt.
Yeah.
This is an adorable little wool felt. It is hand done, but it's with the wool felt flower. So easy to assemble, adorable.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a scissor fob? So we did that in this one. And so that was a fun aspect of the books that we added. And then in this one, we kind of showed you how to make little buttons, like you can make them needle minders. And then of course, here, some fun, think about making little counting pins or that type of thing. And we know there's beaded ones out there, but kind of sometimes think outside the box, and these have these really cool silver charms on them.
Yes.
So,
and they're really simple. They were and they were just quick and easy. So yes, a lot of fun.
So we definitely tried to incorporate. Well, we're incorporating those types of gifts in each one now. The love gifts. So the reason why I mentioned that is because we've got the little bolster pillow that came out of Pumpkins on a Roll. All right, so like that. But if you're going to stitch one of these for all your table mates, I want to sit at your table, okay?
Exactly.
But if you're like, but I really still want something kind of fun, just a little 5x6 piece of fabric, and make a little bolster pillow for them. Grab some vintage buttons. The directions are in there. Put some cute little pins. Hey, the pins from the summer book.
And take that idea.
So
you can personalize this for your retreat. Say your retreat is at the beach. You get beachy fabric.
Exactly.
You know, you can really really personalize it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, that's kind of why we did this, gave this a little bit of double duty, just to kind of go, hey, this would be a cute little love gift too. Okay.
Yes.
And then you did the other love gift.
Yes. And I kind of created these little they're pumpkins on a roll. No, these are not the pumpkins on the roll.
The wrong pumpkins are rolling.
Yes. Yeah. So these are just
pumpkin pin keeps.
These pumpkin pin keeps. They're just really simple little pumpkins, and I can tell you that, you know, in 2 hours you can have one done, because I'm a really slow stitcher, and they took me about 2 hours to make.
And you're including a template for those?
I am including a template.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the split stitch and you know all the instructions for that will be in there.
Yeah.
And just very simple, but it's very sweet.
Yeah. Just sweet little things.
Little pumpkin spice for you, little pumpkin spice for me.
That's exactly right.
So, do we want to talk about the sampler?
Let's talk about the sampler.
Okay. So, there's something we love. Okay, I'm just gonna put it up.
Okay.
So this is the pumpkin on a vine sampler.
Yeah.
All right. So with each one, you'll notice if you saw on the covers, we've got different alphabets. We didn't have one that had both upper and lower case yet.
No.
There's another one coming that way, but I guess I shouldn't probably say that. But I did. Oh well. So it's just so much fun, and honestly, again, it's that same company. Information's in there. 8x10 frame. I realize that looks massive, but it's a pretty decent sized frame.
Yeah,
it's chunky. It makes it a piece.
It does.
You know,
it does.
So
yeah, I think what is this, like 2.5 inch?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's something like that.
And it's not expensive.
No, these are very reasonable.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that. Oh, now I'm not sure exactly.
Were they in a $20 range or something?
I think. Well, $25, maybe something like that.
I think that's
great. They're really very reasonable, and they do run sales. So
awesome.
You know, from time to time. So.
And we both okay. So sometimes, because we do have to work on things when we're not together.
Yes.
And we're pretty famous for shopping in quilt shops to find the fabrics for our thing, but we shop on FaceTime. And literally, I have walked around quilt shops before like this. What do you think? Do you see anything?
Yeah.
Slow down. Okay.
Wait, go back. And sometimes you do get some looks from the quilt shop gals.
Well, when you pick the fabric out this time.
Yes.
So if you don't like it, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's my fault. It's all my fault.
But you found this plaid, and it was so funny because I was like, oh, that's the plaid. And you were like, oh, I love that plaid. I'm like, oh, good.
Yeah.
You know, do we agree on everything?
No,
we don't.
No, we don't. But what we know, like this plaid, when we see it, it's awesome.
I just, you know, and it's coming out a little dark. Sorry, it's late in the studio, so it is a little dark. But I just think it just gives it just total fall vibes.
It
I
does.
just love it. So pumpkin on the vine, and just I don't know. Just a combination of just the little white pumpkins and then the little quilt squares and just a lot of fun movement in the piece.
There is.
It was a fun stitch. So you'll notice from time to time that some of our motifs cross over from you know, from project to project.
Yes, from one piece to the, and that just also helps it to build a more cohesive look.
Yes.
To all of the projects.
So I'm trying to figure out like which came first. Oh, should we do that one?
That one's I think that one.
All right,
next.
so this one is the pumpkin picnic, which okay, we were struggling with a name for this one, and then you said, and I went, oh my gosh, and we were both at the same time said, because there's like a picnic table or cloth on the back. There's a checkerboard on the back. So this is one of those fun little scissor fobs, you know, where you stitch it and it's a big square, and then when you finish it, you bring all the four corners together for the back side. What's really funny is you call that the front side, and I'm like, really? Because I call that the back side. I'm like, that's a fun side. So it was just a lot of fun. This was actually the bonus.
Yes.
Previously, but it got a little makeover.
It got a little facelift.
And just, you know, just kind of you know, it's 6 years old. It's probably time for a facelift.
Yeah.
You know?
We're not going there.
No. So there you go. Just a fun little, you know, it's got the pumpkins, and then we did this little checkerboard, and I love when these kind of designs, like, it creates that secondary design.
Yes.
That is sort of the unexpected.
Yes.
I think that's just really cool.
And, you know, one thing that we like to do too with designs is for you to think outside of the box. And I think that this one would make a wonderful biscornu. You know, you stitch 2 of them, and that picnic is going to come down. It's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
So
very, very cool.
yeah.
So that's the pumpkin picnic. So that's one of the other projects. And then and I'm trying to think, I think actually, like, that was what came first. Then
do you want to?
should we do? Well, we'll show you a couple.
Yeah.
These what did we call these? We have to change names for a couple of them. So
these
are called patterned pumpkins.
Yeah,
Are they
sweet?
not adorable? Just a fun little pattern that works its way around the pumpkin. Complete finishing instructions are included. This is on Weeks Dye Works, Tiger's Eye.
Oh, and I love this color of linen.
I know. And it's just gorgeous. And they really don't take long to stitch because it's just a little band.
Yeah.
And how adorable.
To create a little
Jack stack. See, make sure that doesn't fall. Oh, we're going to go over.
Yeah.
But just so cute and super easy to finish.
Yeah.
And so we actually this was on the original list. We had probably, I don't know, 10 lists going for each book, but these guys were on the original list.
Yes.
And then I don't know what we had, but one day we had a phone call. We were gonna, we kind of had a planning phone call, and I said, I can't wait. I kind of thought about this idea, like something that we could do, and I think it would be really, really cool, and I can't wait to tell you. And you were like, oh, okay.
I was a little scared.
And so we talked about this. I said, what do you think? I think this would be really cool. It's one of those things where I've seen it done, like in crafting or something like that. And I'm like, how can we do that with cross stitch? So this becomes gorgeous ribbons.
Isn't this awesome?
So it's a little stack of pillows.
Yes, 3 pillows.
All bundled up with some ribbon, but if you take a closer look at that ribbon,
it's all stitched.
And again, it's only like 1 inch wide by about 10 inches. So it doesn't take you long to stitch.
No.
And I just think it makes a very unique, pick some fun cottons, and you see, we've got the 3 colors, a little graphic pattern, a scatter print, and then a really just ditzy print.
Yeah.
And it's all.
And as we were using this porch post, and just, as we had everything around us as we were working on the layout, and just having, like the jack stack and this little piece, and what a wonderful arrangement that this would make, for your foyer table or really, or anywhere.
I mean, you can use them as a pincushion.
Yeah.
If you're, do you change your pincushions out seasonally? I sometimes do.
I do.
So I think they would make great pincushions.
Yeah.
But how beautiful, I think, in like a bowl and like you said, your foyer, or I do my my dining room table gets switched out.
A really low basket.
Just
that
to show off the colors.
Yes, just to show off the colors. That would be really sweet.
Where's the other one? We did do two designs of it. Where's the other one?
I packed it. So you've got a surprise.
So we did not one, but two. Two great.
You don't get one, you get 2.
But wait, there's more. So there's a second design. Yes, what you do is you stitch it twice, and so you can kind of see what the bottom looks like. And so you did another set of designs that works. And we also kind of said, what was kind of fun because we were both working on these long, narrow bands. So if you really wanted to, you could probably do that too.
As a band.
As a band, and probably
And
that
this
one.
Yeah, this one too, with all of the little quilt squares.
A little bit wider.
Yeah,
but
it would definitely work.
And it's like a nun stitch
Yep.
border on them.
Yep.
And complete instructions in there how to do that. And just what an awesome gift for yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Or for a friend.
Or for a friend. Yeah, it's really sweet.
So did we touch base? We have On the Vine.
Yes.
We have Pumpkins on a Roll. The Pumpkin Picnic. I'm reading the list here.
Yes.
The Pumpkin Patch Pouch. Patterned Pumpkins. The Jack Stack. Gorgeous Ribbon. And the Love Gifts are both the Bolster Roll and then the Pumpkin Pin Keeps.
Yeah.
So another pumpkin packed.
A pumpkin
Yeah,
packed
I'm not even going to go there.
packet. I don't know. I'm trying to think of well, it's more than a pamphlet, so we can't just say a pumpkin packed pamphlet. It's because it's more than that.
Right. So when this airs, what will be happening is your shops will be ordering the book to have in.
Yes.
And then there's just one season to go.
Yeah.
So we did actually, while you were here, what we do when we get together is we shoot the photos, and then we work on the graphics and do the layout of the book and that kind of thing. And of course, at this point now, you'll go home. You have to teach class tomorrow. Or no, Saturday.
It's not tomorrow. I fly tomorrow. Teach class on Saturday.
And then, we didn't start the week so well.
Do you really want to know?
Maybe we shouldn't go.
I spent 4 hours on the tarmac during a tornado that touched down at the O'Hare Airport.
Yeah, and then we went from picking you up in Sioux City to driving to Omaha to get you, and then not getting back home till 4:30 in the morning.
Yes,
oh my gosh, that was
so
crazy.
what was supposed to be an hour flight, and I get in at like 9 or 9:30, ends up I don't get in until 3 o'clock in the morning. But I got here. I got here,
and we got the work done.
Yes.
And so now we'll go home. You have a class to teach. I have some stuff to do, and and then next week you're going to be heavy on the editing, and then we go. At that point, we kind of go back and forth.
Yeah.
You'll send me things to look at, and and then we'll kind of
we
go
get
from there.
we get Bill, and we get my daughter, and
Get everybody to proof.
we get a lot of proofreaders going on it, and
So it's been a lot of fun.
It has.
I'm happy for you to come out.
It's been fun.
It's been interesting trying to photograph fall and pumpkins.
Well, we have a beautiful, bright blue sky.
And it is July, and you can't buy a pumpkin to save your life.
Or candy corn. All of the little things. Some of the little things that we really would have wanted to put in.
I think we did okay.
I think we did okay. We didn't even use a quarter of what we had pulled.
But that's part of it.
That's fun.
It's always fun to kind of mix, our two styles and that kind of stuff. So
and I think that's what makes this really fun.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's really fun projects because we are slightly different in our styles, and just a little, and it pushes us both creatively. That we just have to, sometimes it's like, okay, I don't want it to get too samplery or something. So it pushes me to go outside my box a little bit, and you to go outside your box a little bit,
and I think
so lots of fun.
We really have tried, because now we also, in wrapping up the autumn book or the fall book, and that was one change we made. We were going to call this the autumn
an autumn
sampling, but it bothered both of us that it was.
And the other ones were A.
So it's like,
no.
do you? Yeah, no, that worked out well.
It's got to be fall.
A fall sampling, and so then we worked on winter a little bit, of course,
Yes.
which will be the next one. And I think we have some great ideas.
Oh
planned
my
for that.
goodness, we found a gorgeous cotton.
She won't stop talking about.
I won't. And we bought a yard of it, and as Cathy cut it in half, she's like, "Here, I'll let you fold and fondle your own half."
I did say that.
But it is gorgeous, and it just matches.
I can't wait to. Well, I can't.
Everything.
It's been fun because I think the more we do this, we are challenging ourselves to come up with creative, original finishes
Yes.
that showcase, that give you a quick to stitch project, but something that you're just excited to finish, and it's different and it's very doable.
Yes.
And you go, I did that.
She squealed. She really squealed.
I did when because you showed, when you came, it wasn't all together.
No.
And we kind of spent a lot of the first day, besides waking up,
just
doing finishing.
just doing a little bit of finishing, getting
and
things.
the final touches on things.
Yeah.
And then you finally put this, I squealed. I did. I'm not too proud to admit that. So, and we have something else planned for this too.
We do.
We can't
We can't stop.
Well, we can't exactly say what it is, but
It'll be coming soon.
it'll be coming soon. Sooner actually than the winter book. Because that's how we roll.
Yeah. Can we do this? Yeah.
So anyway, safe travels home tomorrow.
Oh, thank you.
It's been a lot of fun.
It certainly has.
And I would say I'll see you in January, but that might be the next time.
That might be the next time. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway.
Well, we'll see each other online.
And that's
all
the
of
beauty
that.
of modern technology.
Yes. Yeah.
So
yeah.
But anyway, this has been fun.
has.
Kind of previewing this long before it's actually going to preview. So we'll see how well this video stands up when things actually come out. But it'll be all fine.
It will.
But I'm super excited about. I've been getting messages from stitchers. They just can hardly wait.
Yes.
And we'll be doing some sneak peeks. Of course, by the time you're watching this, it's not going to make a difference. You'll know what it all looks like.
You'll know what it all is, but
it's fun to tell the story behind the pieces because I know that it's the same for you. I'm in every piece that I design.
Definitely.
I have a very strong emotional connection to the pieces that I design. I just do.
And if I don't, you don't see it.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, and that's something that we've talked about. If we don't love it personally, it doesn't see the light of day.
Yeah.
And believe me, just to kind of quote my one art professor, the garbage can is your best friend.
Dang, I'm glad I didn't know him or her.
No, it was a him.
Anyway, we should probably wrap up because we got to finish cleaning up the studio a little bit.
Yeah.
And boy, she makes a mess. But it was both of us. But anyway, we got to get some beauty sleep and because you have an early call tomorrow morning.
Yes.
So thanks for watching, and in the meantime, enjoy the stitch.